Like, if I can fucking hang upside down on a pole and hold myself up with only my arms while upside down, then I can do fucking anything. Like, I feel like pole dancing is like a secret superpower that reminds me what I can do in my life. It's like a tangible goal. It's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are already subscribed. If you're new here, my name's Maren and I make self-improvement kind of videos. I also like to document my pole dancing journey, and I've started making more beauty videos as well, so if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, I almost said shit, I gotta watch my language, feel free to hit that subscribe button or at least give me a like. What is today's video? Oh yeah, today's video is going to be one on pole dancing. It's gonna be a pole dancing related video. Jesus, my brain doesn't work. Like, does it ever work though? Like, for you guys who follow me, like, does my brain ever work? I don't know, like. So, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about basically how to stay motivated in pole dancing, and this is actually a specific video suggestion that was made by one of, I'm assuming she's a subscriber. Her name, or his name, I guess it could be a guy too, because guys also pole dance, is Childhood's Hour. And yeah, she's asking, among other things, if I can give any tips on staying motivated while pole dancing. So I sat down yesterday and I thought about tips that kind of have helped me and that I think can help other people. So the first tip that I have is one that I've used in other videos when I generally talk about being motivated, or like the last video I filmed was one on basically how to start a YouTube channel and how to keep basically doing YouTube. And one of the things when it comes to generally staying motivated is to remind yourself why you're doing something, so kind of going back to why. Because sometimes we can kind of get lost in the sauce when it comes to things in general that we're doing. You know, for example, in school, like, why am I taking this degree? Or like, you know, like I was studying psychology and philosophy, I'm like, why am I doing this? Because philosophy actually is really hard. So it's like, why am I studying philosophy? And then I realized what that actually added to my life. It added some meaning to my life and blah blah blah. And so similarly you can do that with pole dancing. So this is basically gonna be what it brings to your life, you know, like why are you doing it? Like, because if you're doing something, especially if it's something hard, it has to bring something to your life. So just, you know, sit down and consciously think, what does this bring to your life? And so I have some suggestions here with regards to pole dancing. For many people, pole dancing brings you confidence. For others, or this might also be on top of, like, you know, mental confidence, is it might physically change your body so you look more fit and like good. And you know, you can think it keeps you active and thus healthier. For me, pole dancing doesn't even feel like working out, like it just feels like fun. And so it's kind of like a cheat to working out in a way, even though you are working out. Like, I don't know if you know what I mean. Like, I know a lot of pole dancers that hate going to the gym, but they love pole dancing and they're fucking fit as fuck. So that's what I mean, like it keeps you healthy while having fun. So remind yourself that, you know, you need to be healthy and everyone should work out, and so you get to have fun and work out at the same time, especially if you don't like going to the gym. Oh, and then also, especially if you're kind of stuck, I'm assuming if you need motivation for pole dancing, you feel kind of stuck in pole dancing, remind yourself of the feeling that you get when you learn a new move, because that feeling is a feeling you cannot replace with anything. Like, it's one of the best feelings, and I'm sure other athletes with different sports know this feeling, like when you finally, for example, if you're a person that like jumps over things or whatever that's called. Oh my god, my camera. No, now I gotta refocus it. I'm sorry guys, I need to get a new ring light. Okay, I'm praying to God that this is focused, because I once recently filmed a whole video where it wasn't focused, so hopefully it's focused. Anyways, tangents, Maren! I was talking about how basically just remind yourself of the feeling of learning a new move, because if you haven't learned a new, especially crazy move in a while, you kind of forget that feeling, and that feeling for me is a lot of the reason why I love pole dancing, because it's just such a crazy feeling of accomplishment. And for me, that also reminds me of what I can do in general in life if I put my mind to things. I can do anything I want. Like, if I can fucking hang upside down on a pole and hold myself up with only my arms while upside down, that's an Aisha, I'll show you guys here, then I can do fucking anything. Like, I feel like pole dancing is like a secret superpower that reminds me what I can do in my life. It's like a tangible goal. It's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. So yeah. And then another thing with regards to finding your why is, for me, it totally reframed how I looked at my body. I used to have some issues with food, like I had an eating disorder and stuff, and it's not, I mean, I feel kind of uncomfortable saying that, but I might open up about it at some point on my YouTube channel. Anyways, and so pole dancing kind of reframed how I looked at my body. It was no longer about what my body looked like, it was about what my body can do. And your body can do fucking crazy shit, I've realized now. Like, hanging upside down on a pole is sick as fuck. Like, that's a fucking superpower. So remind yourself, or not remind yourself, but maybe you've had a similar experience where you feel like you have a totally different view of your body now. That's one of my whys. One of my big whys is actually that, because that's a really important thing. And it's in that way, it's reframed my relationship with food, because now I eat food to get stronger, or not really right now because I'm not pole dancing because of my injury on my shoulder. But yeah, now when I eat food, I'm like, I need protein and shit like that so I can get stronger. And so I'm not like starving myself and shit like that. And then the next tip that I have, tip number 2, is to remind yourself how far you've come. And the reason why I say this, and I recommend that you consciously sit down and remind yourself of this, is because I'm assuming if you're not feeling motivated, perhaps you feel stuck, particularly if you're like trying crazy moves, like the Aisha is one that's hard to get, and you just can't get it. Remind yourself of moves in the past that you thought were fucking crazy and that you learned. Just all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I can do this now. Like, I know that I always thought Jade, I'll insert a picture here, I always thought Jade looked fucking crazy and sick, and then one day I just did it. And why do I always pick my ear in my videos? I thought Jade looked fucking crazy, and it is fucking crazy, but like now that I know it, I don't remind myself of how crazy that looks, like how sick that looks. And so reminding yourself of the fact that you've learned that now, and that at some point that looked like impossible to you, but then you've learned it, reminds you that your Aisha, for example, might be right around the corner. Like, you don't know. And so just reminding yourself of the fact that it is possible, that you will eventually learn these crazy moves that you're struggling with right now, and remind yourself that you felt that moves you know now were impossible before. Not impossible, but you know what I mean. You know the feeling. And reminding yourself that that is possible because you have learned other moves in the past and you have progressed. Just, I don't know, it kind of puts things in perspective and reminds you the reality of the situation, if that makes sense. Then the third tip I have is to try something new. And so by this I mean, if you get too caught up in doing crazy moves, which I think a lot of us do, like we get caught up in like, oh, I really want to learn the Aisha, and then you just try so hard and so persistently on learning the Aisha that you kind of maybe lose a bit of the spark for pole dancing, because you get discouraged because you just can't get it, and you feel like you should be getting it. Like, that feeling is so annoying. I really relate to that feeling. And so I'd recommend trying something new within the realm of pole dancing. And now this could be anything. This could be trying different kinds of dance, like heels dancing or ballet. Trying new things so that you feel like you're accelerating in a way because you're learning other things. Ballet will be like gracefulness. Heels dancing might help you learn to like do more exotic pole dancing. And that's another thing, you can do exotic pole dancing if you're, you can do a different genre of pole dancing, and so you'd be learning more floor work, and so you would be progressing, but you wouldn't be progressing into like crazy moves. But believe it or not, doing other things can help you learn crazy moves. For example, if you do some exotic pole dancing and you do shoulder stands, or whatever it's called, I'll insert a picture here. If you do shoulder stands, that will help you with balance, and so that could actually indirectly help you with learning an Aisha, for example. And the reason why I say, try different things is because, like I said earlier, I think that when we try too hard at one thing, we get so consumed with that one thing, and we tend to feel like we can't do things, or we feel like more of a failure because we can't do that one thing. But in reality, there's so much else you could learn to progress in your pole dancing progress. And by, for example, trying new things like exotic pole dancing, you still get that feeling of learning new moves, except you're learning cool floor work now and shit like that. Another thing with regards to learning new things is that you could do, like, I started practicing like chest stands and like handstands and shit like that, which probably was not helping my shoulder. And I just like, that's something you can do at a gym. Like, there's fun things like that, balancing exercises, like the forearm thingies. I don't even know what it's called. But yeah, just doing things like that. That especially actually helps you learn the Aisha. If you do handstands, shoulder stands, no, forearm stands and stuff like that, that is working on your balance. And so that's gonna, and even chest stands, so that's gonna really help you with Aishas and generally being comfortable being upside down. Like, you don't actually need a pole to progress in pole dancing. I mean, you do eventually need a pole, but I mean, like, you can do a lot at the gym that'll help you progress in pole dancing is what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't even have to be like, you know, lifting weights and shit like that. So the fourth tip I have is basically, it's a very simple one, and that is to follow Instagram baddies, as I call them in my notes. And this is basically just pole dancers on Instagram. There's so many really good pole dancers on Instagram. Oh my god, my voice. And use them as inspiration. Use them as a reminder of how good you can get. Try not to use them as a negative point of comparison. I actually made a video recently on on making healthy comparisons. I don't know when it's gonna go up, if it's before or after this video, but eventually I will put it here. I believe it's here that the thingy is. I don't know. Or it could be here. See, I'm still learning on YouTube. But yeah, follow Instagram people, pole dancers, not just people, but pole dancers are people too, but all of a sudden I start thinking of logic and categories in logic. Anyways, such a nerd. Yeah, just follow them. Follow inspirational pole dancers. And then the last one is kind of a boring one. It basically is kind of like don't give up kind of a thing. So basically just have a set schedule. Like, I know that at my old pole dancing studio there was sessions, and there's probably at most pole dancing studios, so I had a set day or two, depending on if I did 1 or 2 sessions at once. I had a set day or two where I went to pole dancing, and that's the day I went to pole dancing. Just like set a schedule and go. No matter how discouraged you may feel at any point, just do it, you know, just fucking do it, okay?
Just do it!
Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you think you would enjoy the rest of my content on my channel. Duh, that's why people subscribe to people. Have a nice day, and if you guys are not having a nice day, do yourself a favor and do something small to make it nice. Have a nice bath, dance to silly music, or go for a walk. Those are simple things you can do to force yourself to try to have a better day. Follow me on Instagram at MaraChristina if you guys want to keep more up with what I'm doing. I don't know why you would. People are weird. People like following random strangers' lives. I have started posting more on my story on Instagram, kind of like, not exactly like vlogging, but like I update it more now, and I'm trying to update my feed more. Anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye!